everybody. My name's Becky. I am Becky B Crafty here on YouTube and over on Instagram. And welcome to Flosstube number 4. I was looking down at my notebook then because I couldn't remember which number we were on. Flosstube number 4. Thank you to everyone that's liked, commented, subscribed. I've had a little influx of new subscribers. I think I'm at 60 something now. I meant to check before I started filming and I forgot. But yeah, so thank you if you've liked, commented, subscribed, shared, anything like that. It's really appreciated. First things first, how's the sound? The comments that I've had have been that I've been a little bit quiet because I film on my laptop, and as you can see I sit quite away from it. So I've bought myself a little, you probably can't even see it, a little clip-on microphone, and I've done a little test beforehand and the sound seemed to be a lot better. So hopefully that'll be good. Hopefully I've managed to get the aspect ratio sorted as well, and I'm not coming up on YouTube as just a tiny little rectangle in the middle of the screen, which was another comment that I had. I think I've managed to suss that out as well. So hopefully this should be a bit more of a new improved video. So let's see. Thank you to everyone that's inquired or sent well wishes about my ankle, my dodgy ankle. It is feeling much better now, thank you. I'm managing to walk on it pretty much normally. Still getting a few twinges every so often, but nothing too major. I've been able to wear other shoes apart from just trainers as well, which has been nice. So yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to film today because I was a bit poorly last night. It came on all of a sudden, had really bad stomach cramps and started with a bit of an upset stomach. So I went upstairs really early last night and just ended up laid in bed watching YouTube. And I still felt a bit tired and a bit washed out this morning. So this might not be my usual chaotic video, but buckle up because it is going to be a long one. I thought about splitting it into 2 separate videos. One of them is like my normal end of month. Sorry, I should have said it's 28th of October. See, I'm not on it today. Hopefully I will get better throughout this video. Tuesday, 28th of October. I know it's the 28th because it's my wedding anniversary tomorrow on the 29th. So, yeah, 4 years. Matt, I apologise if I've got that wrong. I think it's 4 years tomorrow, but we've been together for like 21 years. So we got married a long time after we'd been together, just after COVID and everything. So it's a long time remembering. And now I've forgotten what I was saying in the first place. I was thinking about splitting this into 2 videos. That's where it was. Went off on a tangent and brain just went there. You can tell what kind of video this is going to be already, so I apologise to start with. I went to the Floss Friends retreat, not this weekend, just gone the weekend before, so the 18th and 19th of October, at the Holiday Inn in Rotherham with all the lovely Floss Friends, lovely stitchers there that I'm getting part of the community now. This is the second one that I've been to, and they're absolutely amazing. So I was thinking about, as some people have done, splitting it into my end of month video and then a retreats kind of special video. Everything's just got muddled in together. You can probably see, let me tip the camera down a bit. The amount of carnage and the piles of stuff here is just ridiculous. I've even got a massive bag that you can't actually see. Sorry for the crinkling. This is all of my retreat stuff. So purchases, Stitchy Kindness, table gifts, all that sort of stuff is in that bag to go through. But as I say, I was thinking about splitting into 2 separate videos. Everything's just got jumbled in all together. So it's going to be a long one, but I'll try and get through it as quickly as I can. So what I'm going to start with, same as I do usually, is Flosstubers that I've been watching, to give a few shout outs. First one is Kayla and Lauren from Stitching with My Little. Kayla and Lauren, not long after I'd posted my last video, they actually mentioned me in their latest Flosstube as kind of like their new Flosstuber of the video sort of thing. So I'd got a notification to say I'd been tagged in their video, and I'd not actually come across Kayla and Lauren before. So I thought, oh, well, they've tagged me in it, so I'll have a watch and see what it was. And they just mentioned me as their, as I say, as their new Flosstuber of the video. So thank you for the shout out, Kayla and Lauren. I've since mentioned you in my video and on some of my Instagram posts and stuff. And I actually got to meet Kayla and Lauren at the Floss Friends retreat as well, which was lovely. So thank you, Kayla and Lauren, but go and check out their videos if you haven't. They are a mum and daughter who both stitch. And they do the video together, which is really, really lovely idea. They've recently had a lot of Halloween ffos that they've done. Sorry, Kayla, I'm going to mention it, including the skeleton that was FFO'd upside down. I was absolutely howling when I watched that. I'm sorry, I know you were really, really gutted about it. I was absolutely howling because that's the kind of thing I would do. I thought that was absolutely hilarious, but I did agree with Lauren's idea of just having it that way round and making out that it was dancing instead, because it looks absolutely fantastic. So definitely go and check out Stitching with My Littly. I've also been watching Darren, who is the Dizzy Stitcher. I think he's either Australian or New Zealand. I'm not entirely sure. I am terrible with accents and things like that. Absolutely awful. But Darren's got some really, really lovely full coverages. He's got like some really lovely, quite a broad kind of spectrum. He's got things from like Christmas things that he's been working on, I think, and like tigers and animals and things. But then he's got like a Transformers pattern that he's like charted himself and stuff. So he's got a really, really broad range of things that he works on. So definitely check Darren out. Homemade on the Ridge as well, who is Maggie. She's not someone that I'd come across, but she subscribed to my channel, so thank you for that, Maggie, if you end up watching this. And I watched her videos, and oh my goodness, she's American. And I don't know if it's kind of like a woodworking business that her husband has, but her husband has got lots of woodworking tools. So the finishes that Maggie does are absolutely amazing. And she pops little clips in of the whole process, so not even just the stitching process. She goes through like how she's used her husband's like woodworking tools to make like the mounts and things like that for what she's stitched. Absolutely amazing. I was watching her latest video yesterday and she's literally made from wood this gorgeous Halloween house, painted it black, and then she stitched, it's almost like a Halloween countdown calendar with little blocks for every day. It's absolutely amazing. So definitely go and check out Homemade on the Ridge. Who else have I been watching? Cross Stitch Jess, who I got to meet as well at the Floss Friends retreat and buy some goodies from Jess because she makes her own bag. Jess likes a Mill Hill kit, as I have got a bit obsessed with the Mill Hill kits, and I am blaming Jess for me wanting to order another Mill Hill kit, which is the beautiful Aurora. It's like a woodland scene with the Aurora in the background. Jess actually took that to the retreat and had it on the brag table, and I think I've got a picture of it to insert later on. But yeah, been watching Cross Stitch Jess as well. And Jess, trying to stitch, is it a Bella Filipina that you are going to stitch on, oh gosh, I forgot what the fabric's called. The really, really thin fabric. It's kind of like a gauze type fabric, but the name of it has escaped me. You are mad. You are absolutely mad. It'll look absolutely beautiful, and your sample that was on the brag table as well looked fantastic, but oh my gosh, you are crazy, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see the journey that you go on and what it ends up looking like at the end. It's going to be fantastic. I've got a new tea. I've not had this one before. I wasn't going to have a drink of tea. We were having a bit of a dodgy tummy last night. But then I realised I'd got a peppermint tea in the back of my tea chest. And peppermint's good for settling stomachs and things. So I thought, oh, I'll try that one. It's really, really nice, actually. So sorry if you got a little slurp on the microphone. That's one thing I'm going to have to think about. So, who else have I been watching? Cross Stitch Sarah, got to meet Sarah at the retreat as well. Lovely, lovely Sarah. Her latest video was out on Sunday, where she was going through all her whips and retreat things and stuff like that. So check her out. And then a new lady that I found last night while I was laid in bed with a very poorly tummy, feeling very sorry for myself, was a lady called Sarah Moore, who is at Stitchy Bug with 2 G's. I'll link all these down below, but it was her very first video that was only posted, I think, about a week ago, something like that. And it was her whip parade. She started with a whip parade. She said at the beginning how nerve-wracking it was and how nervous she was. But Sarah, if you end up watching this, you did amazingly. It is nerve-wracking. Everyone feels like that when they first start filming. And you also feel a little bit daft. It's like I'm sat here now looking at myself on a screen, talking to myself. It's a bit weird, but if people want to watch it and people enjoy it, and I think on that first video, Sarah had like a couple thousand views already. So you've either got a massive, massive pot of Stitchy friends, Sarah, or you've done something really, really well. But definitely check out Sarah at Stitchy Bug. Some of her whips were absolutely gorgeous. She got quite a lot and she was pulling things out of bags, and she was like, oh, I don't like this one, I'm not going to carry on with this one, and I don't like this one's one of my favourites. And really, really good energy. And you could tell, Sarah, that you were really nervous at the beginning, but you really, really eased into it. By the end of it, you were like a pro. You looked like you'd been doing it for ages. So I'm looking forward to more of Sarah's videos in the future. Right, that's Flosstubers. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. It is for Flosstubers, but it's not for YouTubers. So I've said before that I used to knit and crochet. I will be knitting and crocheting again in the future, hopefully when I've got my carpal tunnel wrist sorted. But I did ask if there would be any interest in seeing any of my knitting and crochet projects as a bit of an extra and a bit of an aside to Flosstube. I've been told that yes, because people do lots of other crafts as well, that they would love to see some knitting and crochet things as well. So for any of those people that do like knitting and crochet things as well, there is a YouTuber called Martin, and his channel is Knit365. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard of him anyway, but if you haven't, definitely go and check Martin out. He was actually one of the first YouTubers that I started watching on a regular basis a couple of years ago. He describes himself as a knitter who can crochet. He does both, but I think he prefers knitting and he's more accomplished at knitting, I think. He's a really good crocheter as well. And the reason I've watched a lot of Martin's videos is because he's a massive fan of the British wool company Toft, same as me. So he's made a lot of the Toft creatures, same as I have. At the minute, Martin's doing the Stephen West Mystery MCAL knit along. So if you're into not just stitching, but knitting and crochet as well, definitely go and check Martin out and give him a like and subscribe. So, next we will get on to the things that I have worked on, new things I've started, FFOs, because there are some FFOs, get me. So, let's start with the FFOs first. Just going to carry this little tray over. So, I showed you in my last video that I had become a little bit obsessed with Mill Hills, and I'd bought a few Halloween Mill Hill kits. So, I have got some of them completed. This one, we'll go with the order I've got them in my notebook. This is Bat Cat from Mill Hill. Look at him. He's so cute. So I'm just trying to move it around a little bit. It actually focuses if I do it a bit further back. Oh, so you can see the sparkle on all the beads there. I attached used some of the extra beads to attach a little hanging loop, and I've actually bought, I'm not going to bring it over because it's surrounded by like little stones and pebbles and things that'll make a mess, but I will insert a picture in, so I've got to do my little point so I know. I'll insert a picture in here of my little tree with all my Mill Hills on it. So this one is Bat Cat, and that was the first bit of beading and the first Mill Hill kit I'd ever done. And I'm really, really pleased with that. I absolutely love him. Bit of self-adhesive felt on the back. So yeah, that is Bat Cat by Mill Hill. Love him. I'm a little bit obsessed, low-key obsessed. Which one did I finish next? Next one, Mill Hill, was Glowing Pumpkin. Love this one. So gorgeous. Literally just 2 colours in this one, black and orange. And then all the beads, you can see the kind of black shiny ones around the edge. You can see these they're not showing up well on the camera, but these ones that are sparkling, these individual ones, they're actually a really pale green. Not sure if I can, that's better. You can see that they are actually a pale green. And then we've got orange in some of the swirls and around all the leaves, and then a little heart charm up at the top here. And then orange adhesive felt on the back, little extra beads to make a little extra hanging hook. And that is Mill Hill's Glowing Pumpkin. And then last Mill Hill finish. Oh God, this one's covered in cat hair, sorry. Blow all the cat hair off, sorry about that. You'll know what it's like if you've got a cat as well, because as you will see when I put the photo up, my little Halloween display and my little like twig tree that all these ornaments are on is in the like my big window in the living room. It's over there, that's why I'm going like this, because it's over there. And the cat likes to mooch around on the window ledge and lay in the window ledge. So everything on there is covered in cat hair. So every so often, every couple of days, I have to give it a good roller down with the lint roller. And this one was absolutely covered in cat hair for some reason, more than the others. So he must have been rubbing up against this one more than the others. What was this one called? Moonstruck Manor. And my husband chose this one because I had 2 of the kits left that I'd bought. And I was like, I can't decide which one shall I do next. And my husband chose this one. Not zooming in very well, not focusing very well. But it's like a little haunted house with a creepy tree and the moon and little bats and then a little pumpkin down here at the bottom. And it's in like this little lantern shape. Again, a bit of self-adhesive felt on the back and a little hanger. And they are all hanging on my little tree, which I will have inserted a photo of in the window. So yeah. Also in the window with these, which is another FFO, I think in my last video I'd finished her. This is The Garden of Halloween Girl by the Witchy Stitcher from the Witchy Stitching book. I'm pretty sure I'd finished her, the girl herself, but there were some extra bits that went around the sides. And I was waiting for what I wanted to frame her in to arrive to see if I could fit the extra bits around the side. I could, so if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen this anyway, and you'll have seen some of the extra bits, but here she is. I didn't manage to fit all of the extra bits in because some of it came right out here and it was just going to be too much for fitting in this black coffin tray that I had ordered to put her in. But I absolutely love her. She is one of my most favourite things that I have stitched. She's coming up really, really bright orange there, and she's not. It is kind of like a more muted orange. I think it's because of it's really, really sunny outside today, so it's really bright in here. And she's also using, where might it be able to show up? On her boots at the bottom, I don't think you're going to see it. Oh, you can see it a little bit there. It's using DMC 310 Etoile. So it's like the sparkly DMC thread. So her boots and other parts of her are a little bit sparkly. But yeah, I am so pleased with her. If you went to Floss Friends, you'll have seen her because I did take her on the Saturday to put on the brag table. But yeah, I am absolutely in love with her. I think she is gorgeous. And this is just a black coffin-shaped tray. There is a bit of a dint in it there, but I don't mind too much. It's got little handles on either side, but I thought it was perfect for mounting her in. I have got another one of these trays as well. I'm not going to show it in my purchases and things, as you've already seen it. It's exactly the same as this. But I have started stitching her husband as well. I haven't got very far on it, and I don't think I'm going to get much further on it this year, but that he will be coming up in what I have worked on in a minute. But yeah, she stands in the window as well, and I absolutely love her. She's gorgeous. Really, really quick stitch as well. If you are still wanting to stitch things for Halloween and you've got the Witchy Stitching book and the right thread, she is a really, really quick stitch. Her herself, without the extra bits around the side, I think when I had a few days off work, I think it took me about 3 days to stitch her. Really, really quick and really, really interesting stitch as well. But yeah, she's beautiful. So that is Garden of Halloween Girl by the Witchy Stitcher. Right, I'm just going to put my Mill Hills back in there, and then they can go over there to go back on the window ledge when I've finished. Right, just let me check my notes. Secret stitch. I have got a secret stitch that I'm working on that I am hoping to get finished by the end of November to be able to finish it for a Christmas present for someone. So it's called Secret Stitch because I'm not showing it on here just in case that person ends up watching. But I have been working on it, so I will mention it. Since my last video, I have done 2,049 stitches on that secret stitch. Forgot to check how many I've got left to go. I think I've got like about 2,000, just over 2,000 stitches left to go. And I've worked out if I do something like 585 stitches a week, it will be done by the end of November. And that sort of gives me a few weeks then in the run up to Christmas, either to catch up if I'm not quite managed to finish it, but to get it washed if it needs it, get it mounted and everything, and get it wrapped up as a present. So you will be able to see this secret stitch, but probably not until like the end of December when I film. So I apologise for that, but it is something I've been working on, and I am really, really pleased with how it's coming along. It looks fantastic so far. Another little sip of peppermint tea, yummy. Right, other things I've been working on. This is where it's going to start getting a bit messy and things are going to start merging in together, because this project is in beautiful Christmas project bag. Look at that. Look at those penguins. This little guy on top of the snowman underneath his hat is the reason why I fell in love with this bag. And this was bought at the Floss Friends retreat, and this is from Michelle at Stitch Mania Stash. Because I had a Christmas project coming up, which I'm going to show you in a sec, and I needed a Christmas bag. And then on this side, we've got, I don't know why I've got a weird shadow going on down this side. Just let me, oh, sorry about that. Fingers and everything and a weird shadow, but my I have a little flicky thing that goes across my camera to cover it up, and it wasn't quite open. It had been knocked shut a little bit. I'm not starting filming again. And then I've got this lovely little charm. Stop dangling around. This lovely little Christmas tree charm, and that was a table gift from the Floss Friends retreat from the lovely Nicola, who is running Stitch It on Instagram. As I say, everybody will be tagged down below, so thank you, Nicola. That was perfect for going with my Christmas stitch. So let's get this out and have a look at it. Where's my board? I did bring my board. I know I don't use it very often, but I did bring it with me. And this is, let me get it folded over. I might actually need the board. This is the Historical Sampler Company Magical Gingerbread House Stitch Along. And this is where I am so far. So this is part 1. Part 2 came out yesterday, but I haven't started it yesterday. I'll try and stretch it out a little bit, so it's because the crease is in it. You can see where I've had the nerd hoop. But yeah, this is part 1. It's so pretty. Needle Minder was from Historical Sampler Company as well. And this fabric's looking a little bit darker than it actually is. It's like a lovely sage green colour. But yeah, that is part 1. I was a bit worried at first about all the pink. So let me get these out and show you the threads, because these are the threads. I was a bit worried at first about all the pink, because there's quite a lot of pink in there, and I am not a pink person at all. But it's really, really subtle just in the baubles and things, and it's actually really, really lovely so far. I have looked at part 2, and I think me and everyone else that is doing this stitch along thought, oh, it's going to be the same as the Halloween one. It's going to be in strips, so like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. No, 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 no. They have surprised us all. Well done, ladies at Halloween. Well done, ladies at Historical Sampler Company, because part 2 actually comes down here and down here, and it's quite obvious that in the middle they are leaving space for said magical gingerbread house. So hopefully I will get a chance to start part 2 either later today or maybe tomorrow, but that is part 1 completed so far. My first bit of Christmas stitching. So I'm just going to fold it up the right way. and pop it back in the bag. But then I have something else in this bag that I need to show. I've just remembered, because this was something else that I bought from the Floss Friends retreat. So scissors were from why can't I say that? Historical Sampler Company as well, that I ordered. But I needed a Christmassy scissor fob. And Lauren of Stitch Bunny was vending at Floss Friends retreat. So I got this. Look at him. Is he not just the cutest little bear? And then there's this gorgeous big bead here and a little star, and I fell in love with him, and I had to get him because he matches my scissors so perfectly, doesn't he? So yeah, so that was purchased from the Floss Friends retreat from Lauren at Stitch Bunny, or Cross Stitch Bunny. Sorry if I've said that wrong, Lauren. But yeah, he's so cute. I love him. So he is living here in my Historical Sampler Company. Managed to say it that time. Stitch along. We're in this beautiful bag from Michelle at Stitch Mania Stash. What else have I been working on? This is Garden of Halloween Boy that I started. It was a new start at the retreat last week. Let me get my board because I think I'm going to need it for this one. Oh. And that's how far I got. So the pumpkin and his hands, and then starting his trousers. I didn't get very far on it. I'm probably not going to finish it before this Halloween because that's on Friday and it's now Tuesday. I probably shouldn't have started it, in all fairness, but well, he might end up getting put away now until next year. So yeah, little start on him. That is Garden of Halloween Boy, again by the Witchy Stitcher. Not much more to say about that, really. A bit of a small start. Right, what else have we got? Oh, this is another bit of crossover. So I'm sure as I hold this up and lots of you see this diagonal zip, you will all know exactly where this bag is from. This is from Cross Stitch Jess, who was at the Floss Friends retreat and who I got to meet. And me and Nicola, running Stitcher on Instagram, both realised that this size of Jess's bags are absolutely perfect for Mill Hill button and bead kits, the bigger ones. And they are also perfect for fitting in these. So this wasn't a purchase from the Floss Friends retreat, but this frame I pre-ordered from Rachel at Talking Dog Stitchery and picked it up at the Floss Friends retreat. And they are magnetic frames specially designed for holding your Mill Hill kits. And they fit perfectly, as you can see, into these bags. And Jess had a little sign up. Me and Nicola were laughing. Jess had a little sign up saying all the signs for her bags and everything, and like what size nerd hoops and things they were perfect for. And when me and Nicola realised that they were perfect for these Mill Hill magnetic frames, we were like, right, you need to change your sign now. You've got to mark it that these are the perfect size, for these frames. And she was laughing and said that she would have to do that. So have you done that yet, Jess? Probably not, but so yeah, there is my beautiful bag from Jess. Same on both sides. And then, let me just lift everything out and then I can show you, because there's different fabric on the inside. So on the inside, it's kind of just like this gorgeous, it's almost like a wood effect with like black, like grey and gold. It's absolutely gorgeous, Jess. But I love the diagonal zip fastening because it allows you to get things in easier. You wouldn't think that it would, but it actually does. It kind of gives you more space to get things in easier. So the project that is on this is my Mill Hill buttons and beads kit. Sorry for the reflection. And it's called Halloween Fun. So again, I started this at the Floss Friends retreat last weekend, and this is how far I got. Oh, I'm going to get my board because it's perforated paper and it's see-through. Oh, it's magnetising to my board. Don't even have to hold it. Look, no hands. So yeah, you can't see it very well, but there's kind of a purple background splodge here. And then you can see this little ghosty. And then there's a little bit of orange that I started up here. But this has kind of been on hold since last weekend while I've stitched on other things. So, and I was like mind blown last week because I was thinking, oh, I'm going to need a needle minder for this. And then Nicola was like, oh, one thing I really, really love as well is that you don't need a needle minder because it just, your needle magnetizes to the frame. And I was like, oh my God, I am so stupid. I didn't think of that. I was going to get a needle minder to match it. And I was like, mind blown. I know, it was a long weekend in my defence. It was a long weekend. Another thing that absolutely blew my mind, when I was talking to Nicola about this, I took the frame with me to go and size up Jess's bags because they are all kind of like one size, but as she says, because of like seam allowances and things like that, they do end up some of them being slightly smaller or slightly bigger than the others. So what Nicola did and what I did was actually take our frames to make sure it fitted well and it wasn't too tight a fit. Then I went to Rachel's stall, Talking Dog Stitcher, after that, and I put this down, and I'd only done the purple blob in the middle, and I put it down and I was like, oh, I can't remember which way around this purple blob goes now. And she was like, well, there's a W on the back that goes at the top. And again, I was like, how did I not know that? So on the back of these frames, anyone else that doesn't know this and now is as mind blown as I was, just like Nicola was when I told her, there is a W on the back. So if you make sure that you put it in with the W at the top, you know which way around it goes. Absolutely mind blown. And I will just demonstrate to you, these frames are amazing. But the magnets in them are really, really... Oh. Show it to you. Oh no, I'm losing my needle now. So there is my full piece with my needle dangling off it. And then the inside is just 2 sets of magnets like this. The front bit is thicker than the back bit. And then I'm not going to be able to show you this very well. But you kind of, that's the back piece with the W at the top. Set your Mill Hill piece down on it. Try and get it fairly central. And then your other piece literally clips on top. And then keeps it sandwiched nicely in between the 2 pieces of frame. And I know a lot of people were kind of the same as me. They were like, are they really worth it? But to me, they are worth it just for the fact that you are not catching your thread as you're stitching on the raw edges of the perforated paper. Because that is the one thing that absolutely drove me mad when I was doing those Mill Hill ornaments, was constantly catching my thread as I was stitching on the edges, the raw edges of the perforated paper, and getting it stuck. So yeah, definitely worth the money, these frames. Absolutely amazing. They are from a Ukrainian company. You can get them direct, but Rachel from Talking Dog Stitcher is stocking them as well. So of course I had to get the purple one. But I didn't just get that one. There is a smaller one as well for putting the ornaments in. So that size is for the buttons and beads square kits, and there is another one for putting the ornaments in. So of course I had to get that one as well. So it's a little tiny one. I've not put anything in there. You can see it's, hello, I'll put myself in it. You can see it's empty because I haven't started another one of the trying to separate it again. The magnets are so, I mean, you can hear how they clip together and see how well they magnetize. Absolutely amazing. So that is the smaller frame as well. They're really reasonably priced as well. I can't remember exactly how much they are. Check it out on Talking Dog Stitcher, Rachel's website. But Rachel's actually got 15% off everything at the minute, a Halloween code. So it's well shown on her website. So I will link her website down below. She is taking a break for half term at the minute. So orders won't start being dispatched again until next Monday. But yeah, she's got a Halloween 15% off discount code. So if anyone was on the fence about buying any of these Mill Hill frames, do it now while you can get 15% off. So that's that one. Right, what else have I been working on? I've got one more project to show that I've been working on, and it is the Historical Sampler Company Cotton and Twine. I can't remember which month it is. Box. Subscription box. It is the two foxes. Sorry, I've got thread. Let me try and tuck that out of the way. Because I was working on this last night when I started feeling poorly. And I was hoping to be able to get this white border finished last night and have it finished as a finish for the video today. But no, I was poorly instead. Where's my board gone? So there is the two foxes with their correct coloured legs, Nicola. If you know, you know. What happens at the retreat stays at the retreat. Nicola will be laughing now because she ended up, I'm gonna out you here, Nicola, I'm sorry, because I think it's hilarious. Nicola ended up doing the fox's legs in black. And she was talking about it, and I was there, and I was like, there isn't any black in the kit. And I was looking, and I'm like, there isn't any black in the kit. And she was like, she had a look at her thread card, and she was like, no, there isn't. She's like, where on earth's the black come from? She'd just assumed that the legs were in black and there was a random bit of black in her project bag, and she stitched the fox's legs in black. It looked perfectly fine. So it looked absolutely fine, but it's now a bit of a running joke. I keep teasing her every time I show mine off that mine have got the correct coloured legs. But there's no stitching police. No one's going to come and have a look and say, yours legs are the wrong colour. So that is how far I've got. I've been working on this a lot. And oh my goodness, this border with the acorns and the berries and the leaves is an absolute beast. It's beautiful and it absolutely makes the project, but oh my gosh, does it take some stitching. So yeah, I'm hoping I should be able to get, oh, I'm not very good at doing this, the white border that goes all the way around the edge done, hopefully today, and then I can get it FFO'd with the kit supplied finishing materials and make it into a little cushion. So that is Crochet to Go-Go's Two Foxes design for the Cotton and Twine box, subscription box. I was talking to Nicola as well at the Floss Friends retreat, and she asked me if I was getting the next box, which is designed by the ladies at Historical Sampler Company themselves, and is the lovely little Scandi inspired. Oh, it's just gone really, really bright all of a sudden, and now the light's gone really weird. Sorry about that. Scandi design tree, and there's a little angel and things with it, and I'm not getting it. I've skipped it. And Nicola was saying she has too. And that is one of the wonderful things. Sorry, just wiping my nose. That is one of the wonderful things about the Cotton and Twine subscription boxes. You can skip instalments if they're not quite your cup of tea. I'm not saying there is anything wrong with it at all. It's a lovely design. It's just not my thing. And I get the full box with the little free gift and the sweet treat and everything as well. And the angel that came with it as well just wasn't something that would go with my Christmas decor, and just wasn't really my cuppa. So I've paused that one, but I'm excited to see what the next one is. So what have we got next? Purchases. Oh gosh, this is going to be a really, really long one. Right. What I might need to do is do a little bit of rejigging. I apologise, I'm just going to shift off camera for 1 minute just to shove all this over to the other side of the sofa. Sorry about that. And then I can pull this massive pile of stash towards me. So, we're not going in any kind of order. It's not from the things I bought first to the things I bought last. I can't do that. It's all just in a big pile. So, as I say, I have got quite an obsession at the minute with the Mill Hill kits, and the only ones I'd got were Halloweeny ones. What Other holidays coming up, the big C word, Christmas is coming. So I decided to get myself a few winter and Christmassy inspired Mill Hill kits. I did have some spending money left over from the Floss Friends retreat. That's why I bought these. So no excuse for the rest of that lot. But so we have got Buttons and Beads kit, Winter Stag. Sorry about the glare from the packet. But I know it's not necessarily Christmassy, but I just absolutely fell in love with this one. The blue swirls in the background and just the stag itself. I just thought it was gorgeous. So that is Winter Stag. Next one is an ornament. This is Snowy Owl Snowman. And again, I don't know why this one took my fancy. I just loved the owl and I love the purpley bluey colours on the snowman. Really cute. And then I couldn't resist this one. I know he's not the same colour as my cat, but this is literally just called Kitty. I couldn't resist him. He's just so cute. With his little Christmas hat and his little scarf. So they are the 3 Mill Hill kits I've purchased. But I am very, very tempted, as I said earlier, after seeing Cross Stitch Jessa's finished Aurora project, to get the Aurora one as well, because that's really, really gorgeous. What else have I been buying? Oh, my Marketplace needlework pre-orders came in. That's not right. Marketplace pre-orders. Nashville, whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called. The big needlework marketplace that happens in America, and then we have to order everything in. I pre-ordered mine with Peakside Needleworks, and I could not resist these two. Hold on, I need to get this one out of the bag so I can show you both of the patterns. So the 2 patterns that I pre-ordered, and I was so excited, I literally squealed when this parcel came through and I opened it and I realised what they were. I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Are both by Heartstring Samplery. There is Halfway Happy. And I'm sure you can probably guess what the other one is if you've seen these patterns. It is Hopper's Town. Because in this house, we are big Stranger Things fans. Well, I am, and my youngest, my daughter, are. I got her into it earlier this year. My husband's not watched it. But yeah, we are big Stranger Things fans. So I had to pre-order those 2. I absolutely fell in love with them. And I have ordered everything and kitted them up ready to start as well. I'm going to start with Halfway Happy, because I think that one will be quickest. Hopper's Town has got quite a lot of detail in it and it's a lot bigger. I know I saw on Instagram, if you don't follow him, Kenny Stitchers has started Hopper's Town already, and he started up in this top corner here with Hawkins Lab. So I'll be interested to follow Kenny's progress on that and see how far he gets and see if I can catch him up after I've done Halfway Happy. And these are kitted up and ready to start in November because, of course, we all know November is Stranger Things month. It's the month that Will Byers was taken away, and it is the month that we are getting season 5. I'm so excited. So ridiculously excited. People keep putting countdown timers on to the new series starting on Facebook, and I'm like, oh my God, it's getting so close. So yeah, me and the daughter are very, very excited about that. So I have kitted them both up and I will show you the threads and things in a second. Sorry if there was a bit of a jarring pause there. My phone is on silent and it's right there next to my laptop and it kept vibrating, so I was like, God, what's going on? I just need to check. It was just normal notifications and things, so it wasn't anything to worry about, but sorry if that was a bit of a jarring pause. So let's get back to Heartstring Samplery, Hopper's Town and Halfway Happy. So this is the fabric I have chosen. Ooh, I haven't written down what the fabric is. And I haven't got the label on either of these pieces. Oh, Beck, you idiot. Right, I'm not going to pause it again. Bear with, because I know where it is. I can grab it nice and quickly. I'm still here. I'm still talking to you. There it is. Sorry about that. As I say, I don't do editing and stuff. Again, I think I got this from Peakside Needleworks. Where's the label? Don't tell me I've chopped the label off. No, there is no label on it. How can there be no label on this piece of fabric? Oh, well. Turns out going to find that piece of fabric, I didn't need to because there's no label on it anyway. I honestly can't remember what it was. Sorry for the rustling. I know that must have been horrible. I honestly can't remember what it was. Have I got it written down in here? Think it's Zweigart. It's definitely 36 count because that's what the pattern calls for. I think it's a Zweigart printed one because it's plain on one side and then on the other, don't know how well this is going to show up. Oh, it's not showing up well at all. It's kind of like a mottled grey, a bit like a really dark cloudy sky. That is not showing up well at all. I do apologise. I don't know if it's because we've got the board behind it. Might be better if... No. Yeah, it's like a grey, mottled, cloudy sky. Zweigart 36 count, and I think it's called either pearl grey or dove grey, I want to say. But yeah, so I've got the fabric. I'm going to do them both on the same fabric. I have also got the called for Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colour Works. These are the ones for Hopperstown. Beautiful colours. So they are the ones for Hopperstown. These are some of the DMCs that I didn't have that I needed for Hopperstown. I'm not starting it yet, so I haven't got around to bobbinating them and putting them on the floss drops and stuff. But I am ready to start Halfway Happy. So here are all my colours. So the ones on here on the little wooden floss drops, they are the called for DMCs. Then we've got Weeks Dye Works in Havana. I'm making a right shambles of this. Havana, Monkey Grass, then Classic Colour Works in Summer Sky and Country Lane. And they are all for Halfway Happy. Another piece of that same lovely pearl grey or dove grey cloudy sky fabric. My little Just a Girl Who Loves Horror Movies needle minder on there. So that is all ready to start. And because it's two very special Stranger Things projects and one of my favourite bag makers, other than Michelle, still love you Michelle, don't worry, is Canny Little Fox. And she had, from one of her previous drops that was still available, this bag. And I couldn't resist it. I couldn't resist it. I needed a Stranger Things bag for Stranger Things month to go with my Stranger Things projects. So that is the back of it. Just let me slip everything out. The inside is just black and white, and then it has got this gorgeous, I don't know if you can tell, glittery PVC on the front. And then I've got a lovely little toadstool zipper pull there that I think I got from Adele at TaylorMade Stitching at the Floss Friends retreat back in May. So yeah, I've got my Hellfire Club Stranger Things project bag. And the reason I love, I don't know if you can really tell, so look how thick that is. The reason I love Canny Little Fox's bags, they're so padded. They're so gorgeous and padded. So yeah, I had to have a Stranger Things bag to go with my Stranger Things projects. So Halfway Happy is all kitted up and in my bag, ready to start. Hopperstown is kind of kitted up, but I'm not going to be starting that until I've finished Halfway Happy. So that can wait a bit for now. Right, other stuff I have been buying. I have got, and I forgot to get it out, I am part of Rachel from Talking Dog Stitchers monthly club for the Cottage Garden Samplings A Year in the Woods 2 pattern collection. And I have got this month's, which is the turkey. I forgot to bring it with me, so I'll try if I can and insert a picture here. I'm sure you've all seen it anyway. So yeah, that came in. And then I've gone a little bit mad with buying trays and things for mounting stuff on. So I'm kind of getting inspired by people like Ellie at Stitching Bee and Helen D, the East Coast crafter, mounting my cross stitch in different ways. So I keep looking that way because the cat's laid out on the sofa and he's just staring at me. Probably as if to say, Mum, why are you talking to yourself? Let me see if I can move my cup of tea out of the way and turn the camera around so you can see him. You're going to see all of the rubbish on the sofa. There he is. He's literally just laid there, looking extremely cute, staring at me. He's fallen to sleep now. But yeah, now you can see my daughter's pile of messy stuff over there. So yeah, off on a tangent again. Better pick that cup of tea up before I kick it over. Oh, I've messed with the camera now, sorry. So yeah, I've gone a little bit mad with buying different things to mount my cross stitches on. So, first off, we've got this one, little reindeer tray. And I am hoping that I have got, so it's like smooth on the back and then it's got a little indent on the front. I'm hoping I have picked up a pattern from Rachel at Talking Dog Stitcher at the Floss Friends retreat last weekend of a lovely little, I can't remember if it's deer or a reindeer, I'll show you in a minute when I get onto retreat stuff, that will fit in here. If I use some more of that lovely grey cloudy sky, pearl grey or dove grey fabric that I bought for my Stranger Things projects as well. So watch this space, that one might be coming up soon. So I've got the smaller one. And then because the smaller one was a little bit small, I had to order the bigger one as well. So I've got a small one and a big one, which are going to be perfect for putting some winter or Christmassy stitches in them. So I got those two. This is a little bunny with a egg-shaped indent in its tummy. And I think this is, yeah, it says on the back, Acacia Bunny Serving Board. And I believe this was from the UK B&M store. And my husband actually got this for me. He nipped out one day the other week to get a few bits and pieces. He messaged me this and he was like, these are reduced half price to like £3. Would they be any good for mounting your cross stitches on? Do you want me to grab you one? And I was like, oh, yes, please. So yeah. So I will be on the lookout in the future for either a nice, either rabbit or Easter pattern that I can fit in an egg shape to go in that one. And massive props to the husband for joining me on this crazy mountain journey that I'm having at the minute. So that's that one. I have then also, oh God, this is an ongoing saga. I showed off Cottage Garden Samplings, Year in the Woods 2, the wolf that I had finished, I think, in my last video. And I said I had a really good idea for mounting it. I was going to mount it on a piece of wood and put some chenille trim, brown chenille trim around the outside. I've done that and mounted it on the mount board. I've put some little bit of quilt wadding behind it. I've stuck the chenille trim on it. And I was waiting for the piece of wood to arrive. This is the piece of wood. And it's too small. Brilliant piece of wood, absolutely fab. Absolutely gorgeous, brilliant piece of wood, but it's too small. So because it's a bit of an odd shape and this bit wasn't the exact size that it said it was on the advert. I got it from Shein, so it's not going to be brilliant anyway. But because this was actually a bit smaller than I was expecting it to be, I was like, right, well, if medium's a bit smaller than it should be, I'll just skip medium and I'll order the large piece. This piece of wood is too big. You can see where this is going, can't you? So this one is too small. Small is too small. Large is too big, because the wolf looks lost in the middle of that. Again, absolutely amazing piece of wood, and I will use both of these, definitely. But I kind of feel like Goldilocks a bit at the minute. So I am going to order the medium-sized piece because I love the wood itself. I love the colours in it. I love the shape of it. I love the, what do you call them? The rings in it. It's going to be absolutely perfect for mounting the wolf on. This one's too small, this one's too big. Hopefully medium will be just right. So I am going to be ordering the medium piece at some point as well. These aren't going to go to waste. They will get used for something. I might even have one of them as a base and stick the medium piece on it and have it kind of as a base or something like that. But I don't know. I'll have to see when the medium bit arrives. But yeah, 2 pieces of wood there. The saga continues. The story is not over, people. Oh, no, no, no. When the small piece came and it was too small, I was like, right, they come from Shein. They take a couple of weeks to arrive. Can I be bothered to wait for another piece to come? So I ordered some little trays that I saw on Amazon that I liked. So I ordered this one. And I was like, oh, really, really like that. Like the shape of it, you know, like the little indent in it, like the colour as well. Doesn't match with the wolf. But before I decided it didn't match with the wolf, when it came, it was too small. I need an intervention. So I ordered a bigger one. Then when the bigger one came, I was like, don't really like the colour for the wolf. And it's kind of, the wolf was closer at the sides, how I've mounted it, and there was bigger bits at the top than there was at the end. So I've now got these 2 as well. But I bought a lovely bee pattern, again from Rachel at Talking Dog Stitchery while I was at the retreat. And I'm thinking that one of these would be really nice because it's kind of like it is really that colour that it's showing up. It's kind of like an orangey, browny colour. And I think some bee patterns will look really nice on these. So again, they're not going to go to waste. They will be used for something, just not what I originally bought them for. Right, so now we are literally moving on to everything I got from the Floss Friends retreat last weekend. So there are purchases, there were things from the freebie table, there was Stitch Your Kindness from other people and little gifts and things. I won on the raffle on the Sunday as well, so there were gifts from the raffle. I've already showed a few bits off. But let's just dig into this bag and get started. And this is going to be the first thing that comes out because, oh my God, it's so gorgeous. I'm just going to hold it like this because what will happen is it folds up like this and then these ribbons will be tied and it is folded up. Then when you unravel it, it is the most stunning retreat mat by Michelle at Stitch Mania Stash. Let me show you the back as well. Look at that elephant. I wish I could describe to you how soft this is. It's almost like a velvety type fabric that she's used. And it's so soft. But there's that gorgeous dragon on the back. And then there's these gorgeous dragons. Just hold it. Dragons? What? Elephant. It's an elephant bag. So there's this gorgeous elephant on the back. I'm not cutting that out. I don't do editing like that. And then there's these gorgeous elephants on the inside. I'm losing the will to live today. You can tell I've not been very poorly. I've not been very well. So we've got a little velvety mat here that I'm assuming is for attaching your needles and things to. We've got 2 hoops here and it came with the rings as well. 2 rings here for attaching threads to. We've got a little pouch here, a little zippy pouch. Can I undo it? Yeah, we've got a little zippy pouch here for popping things in. Not sure if that actually comes off or not. No, it doesn't. Oh! Oh, I think it's supposed to come off. But I don't know. I don't know. Michelle, you'll have to let me know. Is this little pouch supposed to come off or not? Tell me. I don't want to pull it off if it's not supposed to. Is there a button or anything on it? I think it might be supposed to come off because this is attached on with these little ties as well. You know, like little plastic ties on the back. This is attached as well, and that is definitely supposed to come off because it's got a popper on it. So it's just like a little tray for putting your oats and things in. And then down here we've got pockets, so small pocket, and then a big pocket here. It's just gorgeous. And Michelle only actually had a few of these at the retreat, I think. She only had like 4 or something like that. And I was like, I've got to get one. I've got to get myself one. I didn't use it at the retreat as a retreat mat. But what I am going to use it for is, I'm just tying it up as I'm talking, sorry, because it's massive and it takes up so much room if you don't roll it up. What I am going to use it for is, as I said to Michelle, I was talking to her about this when I bought it. If I'm not sat, if husband's out, I sit here on the sofa facing the TV and I can stretch out and I have everything kind of here, all my stitchy stuff at the side of me. If husband's here and he's like playing on the PlayStation or something like that, and daughter's here as well, she sits on that side of the sofa. It's a big corner sofa, but there isn't room for 3 of us. So we've got a big chair over there that's got like a light next to it and things. And I normally sit in that big chair to do my stitching. But I end up with like my laptop, if I'm using Pattern Keeper, balanced on one chair arm, and then I have my scissors and everything else balanced on another chair arm, and I end up dropping things down the side of the sofa. So what I am going to use this for, instead of being a retreat mat, is kind of like having it as a chair arm mat with all my things attached to it. And I think this is going to get mentioned in plans, but I'll mention it now anyway. My Pain-Free Crafts, designed by Stanley Morrison, the Alphabet Mystical Creatures Stitch Along. I really, really want to get that back out and get started on that and make some progress on it. So what I might do is have this mat set up with my Mythical Creatures Stitch Along in it. So then I can attach everything to it. I know where everything is, and then I can wrap it all up and keep it like that, and hopefully it'll inspire me to actually get some done on that stitch along, because that is one that I'm wanting to make a bit of progress on. Right, what have we got next? I don't know. There's so much stuff in here. There's so much stuff. Oh, these were purchases. So these are the patterns I was talking about that I purchased from Rachel at Talking Dog Stitchery. Hamilton, you are going to fall off the sofa. He's trying to look at what I've just put on the floor and scratch the back of his head, and he's about to fall off the sofa. So if you hear a bang or a clatter or something, it's just the cat falling off the sofa. So, first pattern was this one. It is a Puntini pattern, which I've never actually had Puntini before. And the one that I was thinking of to mount in my... Oh, let me grab it again. I've chucked it over here. You'll be pleased to know he hasn't fallen off the sofa. He's managed to stand himself up, and he's going to go and sit on the window ledge now. So I'm hoping that this little snowy deer at the bottom, stitched on the 36 count grey fabric, will fit in here, and I think that will be really, really pretty. So yeah, really like that. So there is also, as you can see, a fox and a little polar bear as well. So they're absolutely gorgeous. And there was a Weeks Dye Works that was needed for this. So I went and bought that from Rachel as well while I was there, because she had her whole selection of Weeks Dye Works threads, and I was like, oh, I'm literally in heaven. So I got the Weeks Dye Works, let me have a look what it's called. Kudzu. 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 It's like a greeny type colour. So there was that one. Next one I got was this one, which is a Love Poppet pattern. And that is the bee that I am thinking might look quite nice mounted on one of those orangey wooden trays, because it's got like lovely shades of orange in the middle. But I will have to do some maths with the fabric sizes and the size of the trays and things. But yeah, picked that one up as well, because I thought that was beautiful. And then the other one I picked up was this one. I would rather be stitching by Primrose Cottage Stitchers. So no immediate plans to do this one, but it will get done at some point. It's so cute. I've got some nice sort of like bee themed fat quarters as well that would be really nice to make it into a cushion. And then maybe I could have it behind me as I'm filming and things, rather than just the wonky pictures. Please don't at me about the wonky pictures. They are not my fault. The only picture of these that is mine is the Hellfire Club one there, which is a print by my tattoo artist, who's never ever going to watch this, but yeah. This one has been put up wonky. It's not just that it's wonky and I'm not fixing it. He has put it up wonky about a year ago. And he's been meaning to redo it and sort it out ever since. And it's not got done. I think what he said he's actually going to do is he's actually going to rehang all of them a little bit higher up, because they're not brilliantly lined up as they are at the minute. But don't at me about them. They are not my problem. So yeah, Primrose Cottage Stitchers. I'd rather be stitching. What else did I buy? Where's that gone? Because that was a freebie, but it leads into... So this is... What's she called again? Miss Hazel, one of the animal crackers by Stacey Nash. And she was actually going to go on the de-stash table from the lovely Linda, who was one of my table mates. And so she didn't have to get up and walk to the de-stash table. She let us have first dibs on the table, and I was like, can I please have that, because she's gorgeous and I do like the Animal Crackers series. And as we know, the Animal Crackers series are mainly stitched in Weeks Dye Works. And who was there with her full Weeks Dye Works collection? Rachel. So I went and got all the Weeks Dye Works that were needed to stitch Miss Hazel. I thought I might as well while I was there. No immediate plans to stitch her, but she's kitted up and ready. I think I've got some fabric that I did. What's he called? The Plague Doctor one. Oh my God, what's he called? Dr. Raven. Dr. Raven. Brain moment there. And another nod to Kayla and Lauren. Sorry, not sorry, Kayla. Apparently it's my fault that Lauren and by association Kayla from Stitching with My Little, apparently it's my fault that they are now obsessed with the Animal Crackers series, because in their last video they were saying that for Lauren's birthday they had a trip to the Nimble Thimble, and because Lauren had seen my Dr. Raven that I finished off, she wanted to get the pattern and get it kitted up as well. And then I think she went and got another one, and then Kayla went and got one as well, which is Bones, I think she got, which I've also got kitted up ready to start. So sorry, not sorry. If you're going to watch my videos, you're going to get enabled, Kayla and Lauren, but well done, Lauren, well done. Love it. Literally, I was sat in bed watching that video and I was like, yes, Lauren, yes. So that is Miss Hazel and all the Weeks Dye Works threads needed to do her. I've got to put all this away again at the end of this video. We're at 1 hour and 8 minutes. It's not bad. I've only got a bit of retreat stuff left to do. I was thinking it was going to be much, much worse than that. So what have we got next? Let's just dig in and get started. There was this little bag on the freebie table, and inside it were some of these adorable little hedgehog thread keeps. There were more in the bag than just 2, but when I took my bag back to my the bag back to my table and showed them, everyone was like, "Oh, they're adorable." I was like, "There's multiple ones. I'm not taking all of them," and I dished them out around my table. But they are so cute, little hedgehog thread keeps. So they were on the freebie table. These were going to go on the freebie table. Look, they've got free written on them. But again, Ruth, who was on my table, couldn't be bothered to go to the de-stash table to put them on, so she asked if anyone else wanted them. They are plastic thread bobbins, because Ruth was telling us she's moved away from using plastic thread bobbins now, but I really, really needed some, so Ruth gave me these. from the freebie table. So lots and lots of plastic thread bobbins. They will really, really come in handy and are really, really appreciated. So thank you for them, Ruth. What else? This was on the D-stash table as well. There was no price on it, so it was a freebie. It's Cotton and Twine, April 2025 design. So it's got the little beehive and the bees on it for June. And June is also my birthday as well, so that's why I wanted this one. And when I picked it up, I originally just thought that it was the pattern and maybe like the leftover threads. It's not. It's got the needle, all the threads, and the piece of linen in it as well. So I was really, really surprised, but there was definitely no price on it. So it was definitely as a freebie. So whoever put that on the freebie table, thank you very, very much. That will be getting stitched very, very soon. So thank you for that. This was a little gift. It says Stitchy Ferret on it, but this was one of Nicola's, the Running Stitchers. She was going to put that on the freebie table, but she let us have a look first, and I needed some needle minders, so I got that little sloth from her. It's so adorable. So thank you for that, Nicola. Also on the freebie table, again, these had no price on them. Honestly, they had no price on them. They were freebies. They are 2 pieces of Stitchy Ferret fabric. Oh, look at them. Oh, I'll hold them up one at a time. This one is Supernova and it's 14 count and it's a 12 by 18 piece. Look at the colours in that. That is so amazing. No ideas for it. I just thought that is too beautiful to pass up. And then the other one is called Fairy Tale. That's 14 count Ada as well, and it's a 12 by 19 piece. That's got purples and pinks and light blues in it, but it's a lot more subtle. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. The cat is now sniffing. Can you see him? He's there, look. He's sniffing at everything and trying to walk over all my stuff. He just made a little appearance on the side there. Right, table gifts. This was a table gift from the lovely Ruth. It's a little bit of ring bling. But then there's a make a mini casket for your threads pattern and design in there. So I've not actually opened this and had a look at it yet, but thank you, Ruth. That's absolutely gorgeous, and I love the flowers on that one. There's some purpley flowers on there as well. So thank you, Ruth. Linda, the lovely Linda, we all thought these were amazing. Teeny tiny little boxes with clip lids on that she had put a highlighter in, which I actually needed at the retreat. I hadn't taken a highlighter with me and I actually turned out to need one. So that was absolutely fantastic. A little piece of autumny finishing fabric with a little turkey and the pumpkins and things on. And then these came in really, really handy as well. Sorry for the rattling. Teeny tiny little pair of snips. Little pair of snips with the cover attached to them. And then just some gorgeous, let me see if I can actually show these a bit better. Just some gorgeous little charms on them. So that one is a little reindeer. I don't know if you can see, a little reindeer in a sack. These are not showing up very well at all. No, they're not showing up very well. A little snowflake. Sorry, Flosstube itchy nose. And then a little stocking with some presents in. So thank you, Linda. We were all on our table using our boxes through the whole weekend. And we found out that they were perfect for storing our raffle ticket money and raffle tickets in as well. So thank you, Linda. What else have I got in here? Oh, they weren't actually on my table, but Kayla and Lauren, well, Lauren came round towards the end on the Sunday, not long before I was leaving actually, and I think they'd got some of their little table gifts left. So Lauren came round and gave one to me, and I'm going to open it now live on air because I haven't actually opened it yet, Kayla and Lauren. I'm so sorry. Everything has just been dumped in this bag and left there. So, oh, we've got some little stickers. That's so cute. Little autumny stickers. We've got some autumn ribbon. It's showing up bright orange. It's not. It's kind of like a brownie orange. But a little bit of ribbon. There's gorgeous little bit of pumpkin fabric. Oh, that's so cute. There's so much in this bag. Our Zero thread 772. It's like a little greeny coloured thread. Some, oh, that is cute. Some like autumn themed, it's not showing up very well in here because the sun's come out again. Some autumn themed washi tape. And then what else have we got in here? Oh gosh, there's loads of little charms. Let me see if I can hold these up. So there's a little key ring. And that one, oh, I love that one. And it's got a little like vampire mouth on it. That's so cute. And then we've got a Made with Love heart. Oh, and a little sewing machine. Oh, thank you so much, Kayla and Lauren. Oh, and to say I wasn't even on your table, you just brought me that around. But I did repay the favour because my daughter had made me, and I'd helped as well. It wasn't, I didn't just make her, oh, get my teeth in. I didn't just make her make all of them. But we made some little beaded Floss Friends scissor keeps or zipper pulls, whatever you want them to be. And they said Floss Friends on them and put little charms on the end and things. So I gave one, they showed them in their last video. I gave 2 to Lauren, 1 for her and 1 for Kayla, and they were my table gifts as well. Right, what else we've got? Oh, all we've got left, I'm nearly done because it's nearly dinner time. All we've got now is my raffle prize from day 2. Sammy, who runs the Floss Friends Facebook group and the retreats, does a raffle for charity, separate raffle on both days. This year, I don't know if it was in May when I went as well, but this year the proceeds were going to Thornbury Animal Sanctuary, which is an animal sanctuary near to us where we actually adopted Hamilton from. So this was, if your number gets called out, you just go up and you choose a prize from the table. So everyone was passing this by. It was just this green trick or treat sealed bag. And I said to Sammy, I went, what's in the bag? And she said, oh, it's lots of needle minders and scissor fobs and things like that. It's like a selection of things. Like, it's really, really good. I was like, oh, I'll have that then. And she was right. It's really, really good. So apparently, this is someone that was giving these things out as table gifts that is just starting to design things. And on the back of this tin, it says, something wicked, curiosities for the darkly inclined. And I think they are just starting out making and selling little gifts. And this is a little purple themed tin with like little crystals and witchy things on it. And the lid slides off and there's magnets inside and a couple of needles. I'm like, it's purple and it's witchy. That's absolutely perfect for me. So that was that was in the bag. And then what else did we have? There's loads of stuff in here. There was this, which is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's got like a little moth on it and there's like a little pentagram and things. And then this, I know you can't see very well, it's like a little sealed jar with like little crystals and things in. It's so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And then there was a little bag with some more bits and pieces in, which are all stuck together because there's magnetic things in here. So there was a little pouch with some snips in and a little something wicked, like acrylic keyring and the little moons and the pentagram again. Then there was, this is the last thing, this absolutely amazing, look at that! Look at that, it's a needle minder. But I don't know if it's been made from like resin and glitter, but I think it's a needle minder and a floss drop because it's got the 2 little holes in at the bottom. And I'm like, whoa, that is so cool. I love that. So yeah, they were my, nothing else in the bottom of there, is there? They were my raffle gifts. And then there was a little letter in it as well. And it's from Something Wicked. It says, "Hello Stitchy friends, thank you for letting me share your table. Please accept the gift bags as a token of gratitude for showing me such kindness. As may become obvious, I am trying my hand at starting up a business creating original and unique items with a dark and witchy aesthetic. This will not only be stitchy items, but other creations along the dark aesthetic. These will be mostly spiritual and witchy in nature, including items incorporating crystals and essential oils to enhance moods and affect energies. Whilst I understand this will not be all of your taste, I am hoping to create alongside a range of items that only we in the Stitcher community will understand why we desperately need them. All the items in your bags are prototypes for items I hope to refine and offer to the Stitcher community, plus many other ideas for items I have not seen anyone produce or consider. So, as my guinea pigs, could I please ask one favour of you? Would you please try the items and give me honest feedback? I have already recognised a few things I want to tweak, but a collective of opinions on these items, plus anything you think would be useful to a stitcher but doesn't exist, would be greatly appreciated. I hope you have a fabulous weekend and that the charm bottles on the scissor fobs help keep the pesky frog away. Much gratitude and positive energy to you, and that is Leslie." And there is an email address on the bottom for us to email our thoughts and our reviews with of the items. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's any kind of Facebook or Instagram or anything for this Something Wicked, but definitely keep an eye out for Something Wicked, Curiosities for the Darkly Inclined by Leslie in the future, because these items I got in my raffle prize are absolutely amazing. So I'm just quickly going to pop all these back in the bag. I have made such a mess on this sofa. We've got to have dinner in a few minutes as well, and I've made a right mess. So that was everything. Oh my God. An hour and 21 minutes we're on so far. That's not too bad. I've just put my notebook on my lap here. So, plans. Definitely want to finish off and fully finish off the 2 foxes from Crochet Go Go. I want to work on the Mill Hill Halloween Fun Kit that was on my square frame. I want to start some Christmas stitching. I know I've already started the Historical Sample Company stitch along. Obviously, I want to continue with that. But I want to start some other Christmas stitching as well. So maybe some of my Mill Hills, maybe even the little deer to mount in my my little reindeer tray. I'm definitely going to start Halfway Happy in November because it is Stranger Things month. I want to sort out my, as I said earlier, the Stanley Morrison Pain Free Crafts Mythical Creatures Stitch Along into my retreat mat, and I want to try and work on that every month. I want to finally FFO my wolf, if my piece of wood ever gets here. And that's probably about it. The only other thing I will say is, because this has been a really long video and I've had a lot to show, I know it's because I went to the retreat, but the retreat stuff didn't even take that long. I think rather than just doing an end of the month video, I think I might try and go to fortnightly. Obviously, that's all dependent on work commitments, other commitments, you know, things that need doing around the house, all that boring sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping that I'm going to go to fortnightly. I'm not going to set a date because I meant to record yesterday, but I was waiting for my little microphone to arrive. So it's ended up getting left to today. So I'm not going to say what date in 2 weeks' time I'm going to record my next video. It's all going to depend on other commitments and things like that. So if you don't want to miss out on my next video, please subscribe if you haven't already. Please ding the bell, or whatever the YouTubers are saying nowadays, to make sure that you get a notification. Please share with your friends. Please recommend any other Flosstubers as well. I'm always on the lookout for other Flosstubers to watch. And yeah, other than that, have a lovely stitching few weeks until I see you again. Enjoy Halloween if you do anything for Halloween. As I say, I think we normally get some sweets and hand them out to the kids that come round. My daughter's going out trick-or-treating with her friends and dressing up. Me and the husband are off out for a meal tomorrow night. We are going to a local, it's called Rancheros. It's like a meat restaurant. And it's basically, they come around with different plates of different meats and things, and just get whichever ones you want and think. It's amazing. We've been before. But yeah, we're going there for our anniversary tomorrow. He's then off for the rest of the week. He's got quite a few days off, which will be nice to spend a bit of time together. We're going to watch some spooky movies, I think, because daughter's nearly coming up for 15 next month. We started introducing her to some of our favourite spooky movies. So over the last few days, me and her have watched Paranorman, which is one of our favourites. Monster House, which is another animated one, same as Paranorman, which is one of our favourites. But then I also introduced her to one of my 80s favourites, The Lost Boys, the other day, and she quite enjoyed it. She did quite enjoy it. She found it quite funny. So yeah, I think there's another few that we're planning on watching over the spooky season. So yeah, I think that's about it. We're on about an hour and 25 minutes, so I don't think that's bad for how much I actually had to talk about and show. If you've stuck with me for this long, thank you. Thank you. You are allowed to leave now and go and get yourself a drink and something to eat, because I know that's been a long one. But thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Happy stitching. Enjoy whatever kind of crafting you do, and I will see you all again soon. Bye, everybody.